So I do feel it is going to be a little bit of a challenging month on the mental, um, on the mental plane. So there's going to be a lot of second guessing. I feel for a lot of you, you're dealing with people like a water element. So you're a fire sign. You're very like directed, and you're very like what you see is what you get. You don't really mince words. You say what's on your mind. You don't really you don't like the guessing game. You like certainty, black or white, yes or no. And you're dealing with people who might be very indecisive, and they aggravate you. I feel like you're dealing with people who do make heavy emotional demands, but they're also very like wishy-washy. They're not very decisive. They don't really know what they want. Whereas you just go for it. If it's not what you want, then you move on, and you pick yourself up very quickly when you fall down. And water signs or people that are a little bit more indecisive, they tend to have a more difficult time handling rejection, handling failure. So as a result of it, I feel that it's important for you to be patient. But I feel like they're giving you, somebody's giving you the runaround, and they're making you doubt. They're making you overanalyze, and they're making you question things. So I don't feel it's difficult on the emotional level. It's more difficult on the mental level, which is getting mixed messages, getting delays and things like that, which can be frustrating. Okay. So let's talk about the first two cards. We have the Hangman and we have the Sun. Okay, so let's look at your overall success, and this is a sense of optimism. You are feeling quite good coming into this month, and I do feel for a lot of you, there was a lot of completion of work projects, getting a lot of promotions, getting a lot of recognition in your environment, getting a lot of attraction as well. A lot of people are drawn to you because the sun indicates childhood, carefree energy. It can also indicate a lot of success and a lot of things just flowing your way, like a doorway opening up where you get brand new energy. You're feeling very optimistic and very good about yourself. It's juxtaposed with the Hangman. And I almost feel like the Hangman is a card about a sacrifice. It's about letting something go, so that it's letting something go because it's not serving you. Okay. It's about a sacrifice as well. So coupled with all the other cards, I feel that for a lot of you, there might have been a quarrel. There might have been somebody in your life where you might have had like a very strong emotional connection with them, but they were not on your life path. You had to sever the ties. You had to let it go because you were out to achieve something else for yourself. So they might not be a bad person, but you have to make those concessions, mainly because you both were not walking together on the same life path. You were not connecting with one another on the same wavelength. So there's almost a sense of like severing ties with the old so that you can achieve the new, so that you can walk down a different path, so that you can achieve something that is much better for you in the long run. A lot of you might have recently left a job where you feel like, they promised a promotion and they never let it happen. You landed a new job and you're feeling very, very elated right now. So both of these cards are very, very opposite actually, but they do indicate for you to slow down just a little bit as well, to really reflect and to really think about long term what it is that you're hoping to achieve. Okay. So I definitely feel something like that is coming through, where you might have left something behind because it was no longer serving you, so that you can move forward with more positivity without anybody holding you back. Okay. The Hangman can be a little bit frustrating. We are transitioning, or we have transitioned from the time of Pisces into Aries. So in the time of water with Pisces, things might have been put on hold, and now there's like forward movement. So what's coming through as well in terms of your emotional life is the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So the Eight of Cups indicates a situation that we have invested a lot of our time and emotions in, and we don't really have a choice but to walk away from it. Okay. It's also a situation of being emotionally checked out, of like cutting your losses so that whatever it was that's causing you a lot of strife and doubt, so that it can no longer get to you. I feel like there was a situation in the past where things were very combative. You were like constantly fighting with another person, because the Nine of Wands is a card about, defense. It's about taking some time off from a situation so that you can fight another day. But I do feel that you're tired of it and you're going to walk away. The thing about as an Aries, as the first sign of the zodiac, we have here a 9 and we have an 8. So it's basically telling me that things are not over. You are emotionally, like, you're taking some time off and you're emotionally checked out, but you're still physically there. And it's basically telling me that there's one last leg, one last, like, major battle. I don't feel it's a major battle. I feel like it's one last leg of the journey that's going to happen this month, and it's going to allow you to see this situation. So you can choose if you want to stick it out one more time this month, or knowing what you know now, you can just choose to walk away altogether, because I feel like walking away is going to be so much better for your mental health, emotionally, physically. Just moving away from it is going to be a lot better. Okay. I feel like there is a lot of conflict in the past and it's not serving you well. It's not good for your mental health. So move away from it and don't bother with it anymore, because a lot of time, a lot of energy and emotions will be wasted on it. Okay. What's coming in as well? We have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords indicates some type of a stoppage in communication. It indicates like miscommunication or some type of jarring communication as well. It's linked up here on the financial front with the Seven of Pentacles. I do feel Seven of Pentacles is all about, this is like waiting for your harvest. You invested a lot of time and effort and a lot of energy in something, and you're trying to wait for that payout. For a lot of you, this can be concerning, sending out paperwork for a loan, getting approval for school, even sending out acceptance letters. I don't see it so much as like sending out your resume, looking for a new job, but I do feel it's financially linked, where you're looking for money to repair something. You're taking out a loan, you are trying to get approved for a loan, and you're waiting. And I do feel some information is going to come in for you possibly by the third week of this month, where you're going to see if you are getting approved for it. Okay. So the information is going, the news, communication, and things like that is going to be stalled. I feel like this is more on the financial front for a lot of you. If you have recently applied for like some type of promotion and things like that, you will hear back from it. I do feel by the end of the month, but I do feel there are some holdups. So you're going to be held in suspension in waiting again between, finding out the news, and between finding out the news, there's going to be a little bit of a holdup before you actually get that promotion, get that loan. There's something being held up, and it deals with paperwork. It deals with communication. If you have sent out something very, very important, make sure you get some type of documentation, like if you're at the post office, you get those, signed slips where you can do tracking for packages for important documents, or you can get I forget what they're called. I just had a total mind slip, but where they have to sign it to make sure that it's been received. So make sure you do that to try to avoid communication mishaps with the Mercury in retrograde that's going to happen by the 28th of this month. Overall, there is going to be very, very good success coming through for you. Okay. So whatever it is, this is a victory card, and it basically deals with getting the recognition, getting the accolades that you deserve, and standing up for yourself, and standing up very, very like valiantly, so that you basically command respect, command attention. All right. It links up with here the Seven of Wands, which is a card about valor, defending your beliefs, defending your territory, standing up for the underdogs as well. So both of these cards indicate to me there's a very brave energy about you, where you are not putting up with silliness, riffraff from other people. You are very directed with your energy. You might come off as a little bit combative. I don't feel that it's in a bad way, but I do sense it would be in your best interest to, you know, pick your battles. Don't scatter your energy, because this is a multitude of fire energy, and too much fire can burn you out. It can also drive away the people in your environment. So once again, too much fire, too much aggression, it might make the other person retreat. Okay, so take it easy. Take it easy. There's a lot of fire in this spread. Fire and sword, which indicates to me like aggressive communication. I feel that you're going to be okay, but I do sense that you are standing up for the people that you believe in, for the things that you believe in. So, you know, pick your battles, be wise. Sometimes it is better to walk away rather than continuously fighting the same fight over and over and over again, and with the same people time and time again. And sometimes it's just smarter to walk away, because if they haven't learned, you know, the first 5, 7 times, if you can't change their point of view, it means that the person is not ready to hear that message, and they're going to have to come to it on their own time. So no matter how much wastage of energy you're putting in order to convince them of your point of view, convince them of a point, I don't feel that if the other party is not ready to hear it, they're not going to hear it. All right. So pick your battles, be smart, and don't scatter your energy. And then also know that victor the victor, the victory, or the whoever the victor is, it's not about getting the last word in. It's mainly about walking away with dignity. So I hope that makes sense, however that works out for you. In terms of your advice, Aries, so we do have some deception. Okay, so I mentioned earlier, there's somebody coming back in, and I feel like they're giving you the same story. We do have the moon here, and the moon indicates some type of illusion, confusion as well. And both of these cards to me do indicate minor depression. So you might want to just take it easy for this month, get a lot of sleep. If you are dealing with some grief, some loss, some grief and things like that, worries, anxieties, I do feel that it would be important for you to kind of seek some guidance as well. I feel a very melancholic energy with you for this month, despite all the fire. The fire is playing out in conflict. So I feel like other people are bringing you emotional like conflict, okay? If there are people around you that can be of financial assistance to you, family members, friends, I feel that it would be best to approach them and try to get that situation sorted out, okay? If you are waiting for a loan, waiting for an approval for a loan, or if you have financial concerns and you're approaching financial institutions, it's telling you to look into family circle in order for you to seek some type of financial assistance from people that you know. I feel that's going to go a long way, and that's going to be better for you. So you have a lot of support, a lot of love, and a lot of people around you, especially in the family unit, that can help you mitigate this situation, okay? So you're not alone in this. It's important to talk to somebody about this. So I'm a little bit worried actually, because we do have the moon with the Nine of Swords together, which does indicate to me, first of all, the moon does indicate deception. Things are not all what they seem. And you know, a lot of the times we have our intuition, our little voice that tells us, you know, something is off. If something seems off to you, trust it and don't move forward with this. Okay, this is not a month for you to charge full speed ahead. It's Mercury retrograde as well, so it's forcing you to re-examine some things and re-examine old feelings as well with the moon. But I feel like if someone is giving you the same story, the same runaround, it's not worth it. Walk away rather than re-engage in conflict. I feel like you might be upset with somebody from your past. And when an Aries gets upset, I feel like, you know, you want to have your last word. You want to have the last say. So just be very careful about that. On top of that, the Nine of Swords is basically staying up late, like feeling very, very emotionally distraught, mental anguish. So what I'm sensing is there is a conflict raging with somebody significant in your life. It might have happened, you left it behind in March or in February. They're coming back in for round 2, and they're giving you the same type of story. and you're trying to get your last word and you're trying to convince them of your own point of view. There might be text messages and communication happening very, very late at night when the next day you should have been at work. So you should have just left that situation alone. So this is one of those things where, fight smart, pick your battle. Do not let somebody rile you up so emotionally that your life is affected, your sleep patterns are affected. Okay, there's a lot of sleep that needs to happen, and you're getting yourself like so amped up where you can't calm yourself enough when you need to fall asleep. So there's like trouble sleep coming through. I feel as well there might be some financial worries. If you have that, you should reach out to family members. I feel like they can come to your rescue faster than a financial institution, because if you do it through like the formal channels, there are going to, there's red tape, there's bureaucratic red tape, like applying for things. If you have recently applied for a loan and you're waiting for it to get approved, call them, check up with them. I feel like there might be some paperwork missing that's causing the delay. All right. For a lot of you, I feel too, there might be some home dwelling types of issues. And what I'm sensing is like a lot of light pollution, a lot of noise pollution happening in your neighborhood where you're living, a lot of going out as well, socializing. It is birthday time. Be very, very careful about over drinking. Just don't overindulge in general. But I do feel you need a lot of sleep. You need a lot of sleep, for a lot of rest and a lot of sleep for this month. So try to do some meditation and, spend time like getting proper exercise. I feel it's going to help with the sleep situation. Okay, I apologize for the bleak reading, Aries, but I do feel on the financial, on the work front, there's a lot of success. Okay.